situation. I can't access the drives. I think they're failing. I checked the server, but it's a complete mess. There's chaos. We're in over our heads here.
Think positive. What you focus on becomes your reality. Realize it, change it. You have the power.
Who did it better? Who? Here we go. Welcome to The Pause, the one podcast that explores the realities behind the glitz and the glamour of how the film and the media industry really, really is. I am your host, Seb Alimbi, right here.
Kristen Johnson.
Yes, and we have one special guest. Literally the fashion icon, the glamorous of them all, Mr. Ash, here with us. What are we saying?
Ready. Initiating. Locating. Confirmed.
Hello guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You're a man of fashion. You're a man that's done modeling. You're a man that manages your own thing. Talk to me.
We all have different perspectives of life, right? So, how I dress, how I want to express myself, how I want to feel based off how I dress is, not dependent on anyone else around me. It's just dependent on myself, right? So being liberated and knowing that whatever I do, whatever I wear, whatever I choose to wear and express myself through my fashion, it's all me. It's all, I don't care if you like it or not. I actually got up the door of my car right now.
Let's go.
Man, that's a long story. Yeah, I've always had a passion for fashion ever since I was young. I am the youngest of 4 siblings, and I'm the only son, so I have 3 older sisters. So it actually started at a very young age when they used to go shopping for school. I'd tag along with them and my mom, and I would help them pick out outfits and things like that. So I kind of was able to really pick up, get a knack for it and, kind of get my eye on different colors and patterns and cuts of clothing and things like that. And over the years, really see how fashion really changes, evolves, and really recycles itself. So it's really something that I really took a liking to really early. So yeah, I'd say that my passion for fashion came from them, and they really inspired me to kind of move forward with fashion. I just love how, what you are able to wear is so expressive of how you feel. Like, you want to dress dress to impress essentially, or, if you want to really be able to be confident in yourself, you really want to embody that by really dressing for the part that we talked about a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
that's what we're all dressed up today, right?
It's a big day.
Absolutely, it's a big day. So you really want to be able to show up and show up well, right? So I just love the feeling that it is able to evoke from yourself, and you can really be whoever you want to be and create whatever you want to create in terms of the person you want to be with fashion, essentially, right? We all have different perspectives and we all have different styles. It's cool to see what someone thinks or what someone's able to create within their fashion, and it really tells a story about who they are. So that's what I really love about fashion.
Hey.
I got into this, like, I didn't go to school, like, I didn't go to fashion school at all.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like essentially just self-taught, like kind of just did this because I was so passionate about what I wanted to do. Actually why I got into modeling, is because when I finished school, I wasn't feeling fulfilled. So I was like, you know what, fashion was something that's always in the back of my mind and something that's always been in my heart and something I always wanted to get into. I just didn't know how. And I didn't have the resources to go back to school for fashion. So I thought maybe I should start modeling and be around like-minded individuals. Maybe I can, build a community, network a little bit and see what I could do. And I never wanted to not try because I didn't want to regret that later on in my life, right?
What, may I ask, what were you doing in school before?
I went to school for criminology. I wanted to be a forensic scientist. Yeah, we talked about this, remember? Yeah, on set.
No way.
Yeah, so when I graduated and moved back home, I went to school in Vancouver actually. When I moved back home, I was like, you know what, I'm not feeling fulfilled, so let me see what I can do. Let me give it a shot. I kind of wanted to reinvent myself and find myself again after that experience I went of going to school for so long and things like that, right? You just kind of don't have an identity. You just been going to school for so long. So I'm like, let me find out who I am and let's, jump into this and see what I can do. So I jumped in, I started modeling, I got accepted to an agency, and from there, I found a community of like-minded individuals that really inspired me and motivated me to keep pushing forward. And when I had that, I knew instinctually inside that like I was on the right path. And then from that moment on, it was just trusting my gut to move forward. So in terms of fashion, I was able to do a lot of like editorials and photo shoots and things like that and style it for my peers, models and things like that. I got an opportunity to work at HBC as a fashion stylist there, taking clients and things like that. So helping men and women of all ages, sizes and things like that find their own identity through fashion and style, and helping them build up their confidence and comfortability within themselves by dressing in a way that they can express themselves of who they want to be. And from there, I actually met some wonderful individuals in the industry that really helped propel me to get further within the industry.
Much wanted man, I don't blame you.
Everything we do is like really not so much in the public eye, but we're in communities where people want to just feel something, right? So we want to be able to connect with each other and relate with each other, right? But one way we can do that is to show each other how we're feeling through fashion. So being able to create how you look, it really tells how you feel, right? And we're able to wear different things in different environments to create really how we want to relate to that environment, the people around it, with what we're wearing, right? Like here we want to relate to each other because it's such a great momentous event that we're having, the first podcast of the Pause, right? So we want to, we want to show up and show out, right? So we want to all dress up so we can all be a part of this and be able to relate with each other to have a great experience as one, essentially.
Yeah.
We live in a world that's like, super connected, but not essentially personally, you know what I mean? So
Okay, but then what about your opinion on some of the stuff that comes out of like
Balenciaga did a towel for like $1,900 or something like that.
Kia came out with
And
another
Ikea
one.
did the same thing for 20 bucks.
well, look at like Kanye, for example. Like, what is he wearing sometimes?
I love
right?
Kanye though, I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like they're just playing us at this point, but
I think also like when we do buy into the fashion of like, let's say Kanye West and like, Virgil and like, fear of God and things like that, you're buying into like acceptance of like a community. So when you wear fashion from like these bigger brands and things like that, you're now a part of this community, right? Like I walked in here with Yeezys, right? My cousins love Yeezys, they want it. Like everyone that sees them, oh, like those are cool, right? So it's like a community that you're a part of now. You know what I mean? I think that's what, people kind of want too, and that's what they're using fashion for. Oh, we wear the same, we wear the same stuff, the same shoes, the same sweater. Now we're part of this community. We can relate with each other now, right? So now I can feel like I can let my guard down a little bit and find out who you are a bit, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. So really, if you think about it, it's just another avenue for human connection.
Absolutely.
It seems like it always boils down to that.
we're all just looking to connect, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's all we want, right? Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like, being a male getting into, modeling, especially in like Western Canada here in like Alberta, it's not really a fashion city, right? So when I told my friends like I'm getting into modeling and things like that, some positive, some negative, right? And that could be discouraging at times, but like obviously like you think about that and you kind of hold that a little bit. But again, like I said, like when I got into modeling and the people that I met really helped motivate me, inspire me to kind of keep moving. Do I ever get nervous? Absolutely. Like when you, even now to this day, like I'm a retired model now, like only special request always. Sorry. Every time you go and model, you still have a little bit of nerves and things like that. But once you jump in it, it's kind of like the big game. Like I don't know if you guys ever played sports before, like football, soccer, or basketball, anything. You're really nervous for the game because you care. And then when you jump in the game, you're like, all right, let's go, let's do this, right?
I'm also like a soccer player. Played in like where like there's stadium watching, and I'm like, oh, this is a bit much, but I always reframe and I'm like, okay, hey, if I'm nervous, it means this is important.
Absolutely.
So I reframe it and I say, hey, it's not nervousness, this is excitement.
Exactly.
So it's built up to a level where it's like, okay, let's reset, trick your brain, get right back to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, once you get out there, the nerves hit you a little bit, like whether it's runway, the first few steps, right, when you come out from behind the curtain, or you get on set and like you're like you get on the mark and the photographer's like go, you're like okay, and then you start moving a bit, but then you get a little bit loose, you get a little bit more comfortable, and then you're like this, you feel like you should be there. Just keep going, right? I mean, that's how I feel when I started runway. My first runway was like, oh my god, this is so nerve-wracking. I don't know what I'm doing here. Like maybe I should just dip right now, right? Like just get out of here, right?
And then once you're in it, it's all instincts. You've been building up to it, so yeah. The preparation has met the opportunity, and we're set,
I went through a phase where I was like experimenting with different colors.
Okay.
So sometimes I would throw multiple different colors of like a different pair of pants or a different pair, like a colored T-shirt, like
all different.
All different, yeah. Like just trying to figure it out, like color theory and patterns and things like that. Just trying to see what would look good, right? I used to think that everything looked good on me, but that's kind of like the mentality you kind of have, the mindset, right? Because the thing is, if we're scared to really express ourselves or try or, experiment, like how are we really going to know who we are, what looks good on us and things like that, right? A lot of people are afraid of trying. Like one of the biggest things that I used to get from my clients was, oh, I just wear all black. It's because it's comforting. It's like a safe place to be in, like I'm not really out there. No one can really see me. I'm just kind of in the shadows type thing, right? When you wear black, it doesn't really pick up on the eyes, right? And that's the thing, like I didn't want to be that person that just wore all black. I was like that, back in the day and stuff, but you kind of, no, like I want to be expressive. I want to be, able to show who I am and like show that I have style and I can really put that stuff together.
I was the exact same when I first started in high school because I've always been a person that's been wanting to express myself and show fashion and show up like, yo, this is the fit we got right now. But initially, hey, I remember, okay, I'm just gonna wear all one color, all white or all black, all blue. Nah, I just look like a dandelion walking around.
Or a crayon.
I like what I was thinking, but maybe not just yet. The world's not ready for this, If I didn't go through that, then I wouldn't have known how to, then already, that's where I was like, okay, I'm pushing my comfort zone. And then you start learning how to be able to switch up.
Dial it in,
then you said,
right? You're just gonna push it.
100%. And then you try every phase, because I had that, and then I had preppy, and then I had sporty, and then if my dad saw me doing the Bieber flip, he'd be like, hey, go over there and think again.
Think about your life.
Not today,
Think about your goals.
Exactly. You trial, you error, very much error, and then once you get comfortable, then you're that guy that's doing it. No one's questioning it, and then it's
now
just
you're
a part of you.
trendsetter, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like when you find what that is, and you are able to be conscious and aware of what your fashion is and what makes you comfortable, what makes you you. Now you're able to now push the boundaries and like become an inspiration or motivation for somebody else, right? To be able to express themselves and like they look up to you and they're inspired by you. And that's what it's all about. We just want to be able to motivate and inspire other people by our style, our fashion, or just like our way to really express ourselves, right? Like anything that I've done, like I don't ever look at it as a negative.
Yeah.
Everything's always a positive, right? Like because it really got me to where I am today. It really was able to, help me to move forward. Like you don't know where you're going unless you know where you came from. So like everything that I'd done that might have like was like, yo, that might not have been the look or whatever, it was able to really help me refocus and retune myself to really be like, okay, cool, let's move away from that. This is what works and this is what doesn't, type of thing, right? But honestly, if I had to tell you what would I change about anything, absolutely nothing. No. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for networking, right? Like how I got into, even broader into TV, film, and even commercial was because of two wonderful women that really took me under their wing and mentored me, right? Like Jana Mansbridge and Crystal McKenzie. I really look up to them. I feel really blessed to have met them because they opened my eyes up to a broader, like, you said, like, what's the next step? Like, how did you move forward? It's because I met them and they, we were able to really connect and relate. And they were able to, see that I had a passion for fashion and wanted to be in this industry and really wanted to learn and grow, and they were able to really help me kind of move forward in that aspect, right? That's how I got into TV and film, was Jana Mansbridge, and Crystal McKenzie was, how we met because we were on set together because I was styling for Crystal McKenzie. Yeah, so their guidance, their support really propelled me into, moving forward and taking the next step. And honestly, it's like if I didn't build that community and didn't, build a network, I mean, I wouldn't be here today, right? Like I said, like, I didn't go the most conventional route of going through school and, getting contacts through that way and, being around like-minded individuals that, went through the same courses and things as you. I had to do it the way of meeting people and building relationships. And I think it's so important today. And that's how all of us creatives are able to kind of push forward, is by, creating a community, building a family essentially. And that's why doing something like this is so great, because we're able to push that forward and really show, people outside of Calgary, outside of Canada, that we have a wonderful, amazing, talented people here. And, we're, interconnected and, we're supporting each other and we can really move forward.
We have to, yeah.
Otherwise, how are we going to, move this forward?
Because at the end of the day, I feel like there's so many people that have something they want to express. They have something they want to share to the world.
Absolutely. So right now, I'm the managing partner at House of Wild, which is a modeling agency that my lovely best friend, Miss Kayla Ray Maurer, opened up last year, November. So the move for us now is just to grow this business, and essentially what we are is a developmental agency. We really want to be able to bring the models in to help them develop their skill sets, their confidence, their comfortability, their presence, in order for them to get exposure into the broader market. So that's really what we're working on now. And it's something that like we've talked about for years. We've modeled together for about a decade, right? That's how we met, is at a fashion show. So now what we're trying to do is just really be able to help the models and coming up behind us to really be able to put them in positions and, help them develop themselves to really get the opportunities that we never got, or, provide them with the opportunities that, a lot sooner than what we did, because it took us so much longer to develop and really feel comfortable and find that support system to really be able to find success in this industry, in this market, which is fairly small, right? I mean, it's growing and it's been growing for a while. So now, like, we feel like it's our duty essentially to really be able to, help them, foster them and like really support them and develop them to move forward. And it not only helps them, but it helps the industry and everyone as a collective, because we're able to do so. One of my favorite quotes is that you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
100%.
That's right. That's one of my favorite too.
Just keep shooting. Just get in the gym, man.
So we're here. And thank you so much, Ash.
Hey, such a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me today. It's been wonderful.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Awesome.
so honored. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, I'd like to thank my mama. It's such a beautiful event to be at, and I'm just so happy that we're able to push the culture forward and help the community grow. My family, my mom, my dad, my family. I'd love to thank all of you guys. Thank you so much for creating this and giving us a space to really, be able to share our stories and really bring the community together. This is what we want in this industry, in this market here in Calgary, and we just need more individuals like yourselves to really be able to help us do so. So thank you guys so much for putting this together.
2, 1. Yeah. They're not ready for that. Lord have mercy.